Ladies and gents, welcome to Reaction. This is Iranian Prince Be Mad. I like that title. Iranian Crown Prince is mad. Yeah, such a modern gamer talk there. So yeah, Prince of Persia is making a move, I'm gonna guess. See, this is the thing. I love this because I see a pattern here, right? This is not some chaotic shit we've been led to think about. I don't know, led to think about. I guess you always assume shit like this. So there is a massive thing happening in the past. No way it's not. So USA was always involved. It wasn't just Israel. And they're making moves because you don't create a vacuum. If you're planning to take a power out, you need another power to rise up. That's what this shit is probably. So yeah, now suddenly Iranian prince is talking about this. So it's going to be interesting. Let's do this one.
So this is the Iranian crown prince.
No.
My fellow countrymen.
جمهوری
The Islamic
اسلامی
Republic
به
has
پایان
reached
خود
its end
رسیده و در
and is in
حال
the
سقوط
process
است.
of collapsing.
خامنه‌ای
Khamenei,
همچون
like a frightened rat, has gone into hiding underground.
I don't know why every time I hear somebody calling somebody rat, I think about that Conor McGregor clip. Rat, right? Just in that Iranian, no, not Iranian. Why am I hard time remembering the fucking name? Ireland accent. Yeah, in that Ireland accent, Conor McGregor is saying, oh, it's a rat. It's a chihuahua. That's what that is.
Oh my god. Is that a real translation? I bet it is. I bet, actually, you know what? I bet I could easily assume that they speak Farsi over there, I believe. In their language, this is absolute Farsi. Yeah, right. It's probably even worse than this. Khamenei, like a frightened rat, has gone into hiding underground
هراسان زیر زمین پنهان شده و
and has
کنترل
lost
اوضاع را
control of the
از دست
situation.
داده است. آنچه آغاز
What has
شده
begun is
برگشت ناپذیر است.
irreversible. The
آینده
future is
روشن است
bright,
و ما با
and
هم
together we
از
will
این
pass
پیچ
through
تند
this sharp
تاریخ
turn in history.
عبور خواهیم کرد.
This is the Iranian crown prince, by the way. I guess he's been obviously displaced by the current, leadership. In these difficult
در این
days,
روزهای دشوار دل
My
من
heart
با
is with all
همه
the defenseless
شهروندان
citizens.
بی‌دفاعی است که آسیب دیدند و قربانی جنگ طلبی
and
و
a fallen victim to
توهمات
Khamenei's
خامنه‌ای
warmongering
شدند.
and delusions.
من سالها کوشیدم
For years, I've tried to prevent our homeland from being consumed by the fire of war.
نشود.
Uh-oh.
پایان جمهوری
The end of the Islamic
اسلامی
Republic is the end
پایان
of its
جنگ
46-year
46 ساله
war
آن
against the
با
Iranian
ملت
nation.
ایران است.
Damn. The
دستگاه
regime's
سرکوب رژیم
apparatus
در
of
حال
repression is falling
فروپاشی
apart.
است.
Wow.
تنها یک خیزش
All it takes
همگانی
now is a
لازم
nationwide
است
uprising
تا این
to put an
کابوس
end to this
برای
nightmare once and for all.
همیشه
This is
Do you remember that woman, that girl, woman, I don't know her age, who basically rose up, right? And there was a whole protest. And she was beaten and basically, obviously, yeah, didn't end well. That was a massive uprising. That was in news a few years ago. After that, nothing really happened. Would people rise up now after seeing that shit? I would say like people would be like more like conservative, let's just say, like more like not trying to take the first step now. Because in the past, the government have like clamped down really hard when it comes to uprising. So unless outside power intervenes, Israel is kind of doing that, but then again, it's different. Israel is throwing bombs and shit. But I don't know, like if US chips in, which I think they are already doing, because Trump backed out of the G7, which is not a small thing. You don't back down of that. Not back down, like turned around, right? So big shit is happening. You don't turn around like that, right? When India-Pakistan thing happened, Prime Minister Modi was in Saudi Arabia and he instantly revert back. You don't cut trips like that unless you want to do something. Like that's a message in itself. So Trump cut down G7 and went back. So yeah, massive shit is happening right now as we speak. So, and watching this, I feel like this is already like in the background happening. Like US has way too many secret agencies that most people don't even know about. Plots happen before people even realize. That's how US works. So US and Israel with Mossad and CIA and everybody already is probably planning this. And this is part of that plan, I think. No way Prince of Persia suddenly rose up to say like, I'm going to talk now. Only reason he's saying this because he knows the Iranian government won't be able to do anything to him now. because he knows shit is gonna happen in the future.
Is how it has to change. Like, I don't think we can bomb them into democracy. I think they have to do it themselves. We can't bomb them out of religion. We can't bomb them into democracy. They have to do this themselves.
I mean, you can nudge, I guess that's what's happening.
I think they can.
زمان
Now
ایستادن
is the
است.
time to rise.
زمان
Time to reclaim
بازپسگیری
Iran.
ایران.
Oh shit.
همه با هم
Let's all come forward.
از بندر
From
عباس تا
Darbas to
بندر
Bandar
انزلی،
Azali. I guess that's two
از
places.
شیراز تا اصفهان،
Yeah.
از تبریز تا زاهدان، از مشهد تا اهواز،
I'm assuming that these are different places in Iran that are far apart.
از
I'm just
شهر
guessing.
کرد تا کرمانشاه
Yeah, I'm not an
به
expert in
صحنه
this.
بیاییم. پایان این رژیم
Yeah.
را
And
رقم
bring about the
بزنیم.
end of the regime? Yeah, for sure.
نگران
Do not fear
فردای
the
پس
day
از
after the
سقوط
fall of the
جمهوری
Islamic
اسلامی
Republic
نباشید. ایران
will not
دچار جنگ
descend into
داخلی و
civil or
بی‌ثباتی
instability. Civil war and
نخواهد شد.
instability. Damn. He gonna
ما
come back?
برای آینده
We
ایران
have a plan, bro. He coming back? Oh shit.
That's what this is.
We have a plan for Iran's future and it's flourishing.
This is a WWE return. Everybody's anticipating, music plays, that's what shit is happening here. All this is planned, right? And people have told me that 80% or more of Iranian people don't like the current regime. See, so there are two sides of things. Like, this is how it works, right? If you punch somebody and they don't like it, you just committed a crime. If you punch somebody and they're like, fine, I liked it, like, I'm into that shit, I guess, that's not a crime, right? It depends on what people want. So, if this shit happens, if someone like US and Israel chips in, you're not repressing people. You're not attacking another country with a different belief. No, you're liberating them, because that's what literally is. Because 80% of people, if they don't want the current regime, and the other side of it, which is the Prince of Persia here, with the help of Israel and USA, if the regime change happens, that would be like tagged as a liberation, because that's the difference, isn't it? It all matters on the context of how things is happening. People are always confused and like comment down, oh, how is this different than that one? This is how. You can't like break down everything to bare bones and just see things as just complete black and white like that. It depends on how things are happening and why they are happening.
و
Okay.
شکوفایی‌اش برنامه داریم. ما برای 100 روز
We
نخست
were
پس
prepared
از
for the first
سقوط
100 days after the
دوران
fall, for the
گذار
transitional
و
period, and for
استقرار
the
یک
establishment of a
حکومت
national
ملی و
and
He's already
democratic government
preparing.
برای ملت
the Iranian
ایران
people
و به
and for the
دست
Iranian
ملت
people.
ایران آماده ایم.
This works if they do it.
He already made visiting cards, put out flyers, he's already ready.
خطاب
doesn't
به
work if we do
نیروهای
it.
نظامی و انتظامی
Law enforcement, security
امنیتی و
forces, state
دولتی
employees.
که این روزها بسیاری از
messages
آنها
recent days.
به من پیام میفرستند. برای
Do
حفظ
not stand
رژیمی
against the
که
Iranian people
سقوط
for the
آن
sake of a
آغاز
regime
شده
whose
و
fall has
حتمی
begun
است،
and is inevitable.
روبروی ملت
Damn.
ایران نایستید. خود را
Don't sacrifice
فدای
yourself
رژیم
for a decaying
پوسیده
regime.
نکنید.
I think he's right, by the way. Like, they're obviously cooked. It's over. Like, it's they might not know it yet, but it's very clearly over.
با ایستادن در کنار ملت
That's a good question. Somebody brought this up. Is this the Prince of Persia?
Yeah, because somebody said that in the comments. I saw it like, yeah, this is so true.
Yeah, wait, real quick. Think about that. Technically, yes. Man. By standing with the people, you can save your,
The next Prince of Persia game is really, really weird, right? It's all about politics, overthrowing the government. There you go. You're gonna play as some kind of a politician. No more jumping around and all that shit. No more powers. This is what's happening. Real world shit right there.
lives.
جان خود را حفظ کنید. در گذار از
Play a
جمهوری
historic role in
اسلامی
transition from
نقشی
the Islamic
تاریخی
Republic.
ایفا
Fuck
کنید
yeah.
و در ساختن
part in
آینده
building the future of
ایران
Iran.
سهیم باشید. ایران
The
آزاد
free
و
and flourishing
آباد
Iran lies
پیش
out of
روی
us.
ماست.
Yeah, true.
باشد که به زودی در کنار شما
May we all be
باشم.
together soon. What a nice guy.
آینده ایران زنده باد ملت ایران.
Damn. Well, there it is. So he went and he posted that shit out.
Wait a minute. Where did he post it though? That's the speech of the Iranian ground press. Months ago. Did he do that in some kind of a news channel? Because our news channel controlled by the Islamic Republic or whatever the government that is right now. Or did he put it on Twitter or something? Where did he post it?
Out and bro, god damn, he just comes out and says it, huh?
I'm gonna guess this is the original post, not somebody posted from the news channel. So, how many people in Iran have Twitter? Like, is this gonna reach the people? I don't know.
He just letting them know. So frustrating that we're supporting the killing of leadership in the country. It's basically saying you don't deserve to have negative opinions about America. Yeah, pretty much. I know that there's a lot of, gated community, like kind of
Opinion.
optimistic, naive people. But when you have a country that's saying that they're going to bomb you, they're talking about building a nuclear bomb. They're saying over and over and over they're going to bomb you. They're funding terrorist organizations. And you think that's not fucking around and finding out? You are out of your mind. You are out of your fucking mind. You are completely naive. You described the USA, though? Okay, so we want to kill them and they want to kill us. It's in our best interest to do it first, then, isn't it?
Bad answer.
I'm not making a moral argument here.
Bad answer. I don't know why Asmon can't think like that on the spot. Look, here's the two elements. And yes, there is a moral argument. Who the fuck said there isn't a moral argument? One side is suppressing people's liberty and human rights in the name of this is the book that we uphold and this is how world should live. Screw your opinion. This is how you should live. If you don't, I'm gonna bomb the shit out of you. That's Iran. Iran is developing nukes. Iran saying there can't be Jewish state. Iran is saying we're gonna bomb USA because I don't know, like they live too freely, I guess. Other side is liberty, human rights, democracy, America. Right? This is what they're trying to uphold. America has nukes. America did not nuke Iran, even though they can easily do that. Because America doesn't believe in that shit. So America's not suppressing anyone. America's not silencing people's voices. America is fighting against tyranny. Other side is trying to develop nuke, and as soon as they develop the nuke, they're going to bomb the shit out of other people. Right? USA, Israel, even India might be on the list. Why the fuck not? Anybody who doesn't fall into their ideology. Right? Most of the Iranians don't like that. 80% of Iran is against this. So there is a moral, like there is one person who's in right, not one person. There is a one entity who's right and one entity that's wrong. Based on human rights. You can go back even more like who's to say who's right and what not. You're the kind of person who would say like, who are we to say Hitler was wrong? Who are we to say murder is wrong? I don't know most people. This is why we have empathy. It's the childish shit, right? When you're a kid, you're told don't punch somebody because when you're punched, it hurts you. So it's going to hurt other kid as well. It's called empathy. That is what dictates this. Live your life and let live. Don't tell other people how to live. Don't tell them that you need to follow this code because this book says so. Otherwise, I'm going to punch you. Don't repress people. Don't take away people's liberty. That is what Iran's Islamic Republic is doing. And that is what America's fighting. Isn't this like same thing as like, okay, we are the aggressor. So isn't it? You think both are equal. They are not equal. America's not saying Christianity, follow the Bible or we're going to kill you. That's what now America's doing. America's highest number of atheists. America's highest number of everything. Look at the protests with non-American flag. That is what America is. You think that shit happens in any other country? They're clamped down before you can even process it. So this is not the same moral thing. I don't know why Asmon is like, oh, just got hanged there and it's like, okay, I'm not going to debate you morally. No, you can't. I just debated you morally. But yes, even more than that, what Asmon's saying here, screw morality. I have power, you have power, I'm going to win. There is also that.
Here. There's no morality with this. I mean,
yes,
like, there's no morals. It's not like, oh, well, this is the right and the good. This is what Jesus would have wanted.
This is.
No, it's about it is about logical, pragmatic survival. And
no, there is that, but there is also morality there. If it was just point blank about survival, US would have crushed Iran much long ago. But Iran is becoming too threatening now. Iran is getting close to nukes and US is like, okay, you're becoming too unruly. You're not seeing reason. You're not making a deal with me. Right? We've tried too much. Now it's enough type of shit. You're funding terrorists, proxies everywhere. That is fucking entire Middle East up and fucking us up. Like enough of enough type of shit. There is a morality here.
And which option is the right choice? That's it. Yeah, Chatter's an idiot. Yeah, bro, why are you pro-war suddenly? I'm not pro. Why would I be pro-war?
Why are you for defense? This is like saying, bro, somebody broke into your house and is threatening you. Why are you pro-violence? Just don't punch him. Yeah, you're threatened. I don't know why people say like, okay, Iran is not in our region. Who the fuck told you that? World is your region now. We live in that world. You had COVID, but COVID started it all the way to China, opposite side of your world. China is literally opposite side of USA in the globe and still affected you. So regional security means global security. That's the world we live in now. ICBMs can reach any part of the country now. It's not about warmonger, it's about safety of the future. If it's an intent, even in your law, intent matter. If you hear about somebody mailing somebody that they are gonna murder someone, police gonna arrest them because that is part of the law. Intent also matters. It's prevention. What you talking about? It's not warmongering. People, USA can choose to fight people very easily. US is spending way too much money than they should. It's very easy for them to fight people very easily and crush them. They're not doing it. If anything, they are the one country in the long history time who has this level of power, who has this kind of empire, and who's not fighting at this level. They even back down from the Afghanistan saying like this is happening too much. Iraq is the only exception I can think of in the recent history.
Here is the concern that I think a lot of them have. Like, I don't even think that we need to be involved. I think Israel is going to do this entire thing themselves.
Nah.
That's why I don't want us to be involved. It's because Israel, I think...
This is naive because Israel is not doing anything by themselves from the start. US has always been there. The US intelligence has always been helping. US's equipment has always been helping. US's defense, Patriot system and everything, ships has always been helping them from the start.
Can do it on their own, and I feel like if Iran is this existential threat to everybody, then it shouldn't be on our shoulders only to deal with them. Like, I mean, I feel like that's very fair.
Fox team coverage for you, Jennifer Griffin.
See, this is I understand what you're saying, but when threat rises, threat is for everyone, especially the biggest dog, which is USA, and this is why USA always have watch eyes everywhere. That is why USA meddles in everything. Right, I'm Indian. I would easily just say like, oh, USA is so two-faced, like put their feet everywhere, like meddles with everything. And I can easily say that and like clap. But I understand why they do it. They are the biggest dog. They are the first target when somebody rises up, right? And when fireball happens, when nuclear apocalypse happens, it's going to affect everyone. So it's going to affect USA. So USA have to think about this futuristic thing. They have been thinking like this since World War II because they are at that level. And it's also like one of those, if the strongest amongst you can't rise up against tyranny and fight, how can you expect somebody else to do it, right? So everybody else has to pitch in, but USA also have to like have this kind of a regional security thing going, right? People say like, oh, we don't want war, we don't want boots on the ground. This 2025, there are no boots on the ground. You're going to use your technology, your missiles, and many different things without even putting a foot there, right? This is not going to be conventional war. India-Pakistan just went to blows. There would never be a foot on the ground, even in India-Pakistan war, if it intensified. Not for a long enough time before it has to happen. US is so powerful, they don't need to put foot on the ground in Iran. They can just like destroy anything in 90-95% of military structure, destabilize entire country without even putting a foot there. So I understand not wanting war. Nobody wants war. Not a single person with decent common sense wants war. But you also need to think about the future. If you don't prevent war now, and if it looks like, if your intelligence says the future war is going to be even more stronger, you have to think about now. That's how this global politics works. An average person doesn't realize this. It's not their job to realize this. This is why you elect politicians, elect people, elect military people to do this job, 24/7, 9 hours a day, right? And even 24/7 needed. You don't think about this thing, so you don't know it. It's like Brexit thing. People are like, oh, I didn't know this is going to affect me. Yeah, because you don't think about it. It's not your job to think about it. This is why you elect politicians and elect people to do things.
And standing by on the U.S. military posture this hour, we begin with Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent Trey Yingst. He is live in Tel Aviv for us tonight. Trey, what's the latest you're hearing?
Jillian, good afternoon. Tonight, the IDF says they've destroyed around 40% of Iran's ballistic missile launchers.
I'm surprised it's not more, honestly.
Yeah, 40.
Despite this, they are continuing to launch waves of these missiles toward Israeli population centers, though the frequency is increasing, but the capacity of the Iranian regime has been reduced, according to military officials. We spoke with the former defense
American ships are there. Let's be honest. Patriot missile, I'm gonna guess they said, fuck it, throw Aegis there as well. That's it. Like, Iron Dome just became, I don't know, titanium dome or something. I don't fucking know. Silicon. That dome became just untouchable. Diamond dome. There you go. Nobody can touch it, right? Buckyballs dome or something. Too intense. Like, nobody can touch it type of shit. So there you go. Patriot missile, Aegis might get in there as well. What is Iran going to do? Like, no missile is going to pass through that shit.
Defense Minister of Israel, Yoav Gallant, who is calling on President Trump to get more directly involved in the war.
Yeah, he's going
They were supporting Hezbollah when they hit the American Marines 40 years ago. So these guys are not your friends. You need to act against them and to make sure that the Middle East is clean from these terrorists.
You're calling on the Trump administration to get involved in the war.
I am sure that President Trump, who has shown time and again that he is a great leader and he is
Yeah, again, people would say, like, but it's not our war. Again, you don't know global politics. You don't know the agreements that have happened in the past. You don't know the economical policies that have been written. Like, US is going to protect me, so I'm going to do business with you at this level. You get this advantage over this. Because business is always like that. Okay, I'm going to protect you. What I'm going to get in return. US has been doing this kind of policies throughout the world, in all regions. From Taiwan and everywhere. Japan, right? Middle East with Israel, right? US has been profiting through this. Like, I'm going to back you. I'm there for you. I'm going to give you a lot of military equipments. I want this in back, this money in the back. US has been profiting from this. Now when shit happens, you can't say, like, what does US have to do with this? The only reason you're saying that because you don't know how global politics works. You don't know nothing about this. You're just like very, like single digit mindset. Like, oh, we are American. That is in the Middle East. What do I have to do? No, that's not how geopolitics works in general. Right? Nobody likes this, but yeah. And also it's in your favor. I'm not saying America's made a deal and they're going to uphold that even if it means that citizens are at risk. Nobody does that. No country in the world would do that even if they made a deal. But it's your security as well. It's threat against you.
courageous and bold to take decisions. He will identify the situation. I believe that America didn't bring bombers B-2 and B-52 to Diego Garcia only for presentation.
Yeah.
He didn't build the bombers for nothing.
Yeah, seriously, man. See, I told you, these shit has been happening. All the news we're hearing, this is bullshit. It means nothing. Trump saying we're going to do it, we're not going to do it. People are saying, like, this is all bullshit. It's been decided long ago. B-2 bombers in Diego Garcia in south of India, they put there so they could, when the shit happens, they can just use them. They've been preparing for this. So this been in the work for a long time. This Prince of Persia talking like this, prepare for regime change. This thing has been set in stone for long enough time. This is how American intelligence and American military works. People on the ground, like laymen, like our common people, will argue all the shit. Politics, bicker back and forth. Military is already decided. Nothing's going to change that shit. That's the thing. People are like, well, I don't like that. But yeah, doesn't matter what you think. USA is so big now, like, yes, some shit happened for geopolitics reason. They're not going to ask you. You can scream and cry. Next election, you might vote a different way. But even the new president that comes in from a different party, still going to share the same value when it comes to military. Because there are certain things that are bipartisan, even if people don't talk about it. Yeah, Trump can say, I'm not going to bring war. But if military people, like enough military people say, no, we have to do this, otherwise we're fucked. Trump's not going to say no to that. Trump's not going to risk that. Because if the nuke drops, it's Trump's fault. If one of the cities blow up in America, that's Trump's fault. Trump cannot say to the most military people and intelligence agency, like, shut up, I don't care what you say. He can't point blank say that. This is a risk.
Right? Okay.
Are there. They are willing and they are able to do what is needed.
As the region waits to see if the United States will get more directly involved, military officials here say there are dozens of Israeli fighter jets.
Man. Like I said, Trump would not go back from G7. This is like a drastic measure. It's just like emergency level measure. If he was going to do that, he would just like talk back and forth. Even in the G7, he would throw out some statements here and there to piss off people at best. But he backed away like, fuck it, I'm going back to USA. Shit is going down. He's probably in the operation room right now. USA is involved now. That's just damn sure.
Jets over the skies of Iran each and every moment. I spoke earlier today with an Israeli pilot who was involved in many of the operations over the past 72 hours. He said during the first 24 hours when they arrived in the skies of Iran, they could see Iranian pilots taking off toward the center and eastern parts of the country. Guys, back to you.
Man.
All right, Trey Yingst on the ground.
So they already shot down. They already fucked up most of their missile systems already. And Putin announced Russia offers to take Iran's enriched uranium out of the country.
Putin, we need help. I'll help you. Give me those enriched uranium. I'll give you money for it. What? Yeah, this is the help you're going to get. Give me those. I want nukes.
They're like, okay, we'll take your bombs. Yeah, I could imagine seeing that.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Russia is at fight against Ukraine. How is Russia going to help you, man? Come on, man. They themselves need help right now, right? Yeah, you don't cause issues and wars when your own partner, your own friend is also at war. That's just bad strategy. So I don't know who's going to help Iran at this point. But like I said, only extra drastic thing that can come out of this is maybe Iran already has nukes. If that's the case, this is devastating shit that is happening right now. Because Israel, USA is working based on thinking like they don't have nukes. And they're being this kind of like a strong extreme. Iran could just show the world we have nuke. And the way they will show it is going to be too fucked up. That's the panic I have. That's the fear I have. Like Iran might have nukes, man. God damn. We need to be very careful. Trump is being aggressive. Israel is already aggressive. Like just say fuck it and start to bomb Iran. Right? I don't know where this is going to go, man. Right? Again, like I said, I can't know it. Asmon can't know it. It's the military and intelligence agency who should have like enough of a picture that they can act on it. So if war is going to happen or not is based on them. Doesn't matter what people say it. It's not going to matter at this point. If it becomes too much, if even protest starts, Trump can just declare a national emergency. That is what that is for. Because when people are divisive at every point, but you still need to make decision, you need to have national emergency. That is why that thing is there in the first place. So people can say no all they want, but if the military says like, oh, this is important, if national security and NSA, CIA, everybody says, oh, this is important, that's it. Even Trump's not going to say no to that. Then US is going to join. And I feel like that's been in the works for months now. This is not a new thing. We are just witnessing shit that's already been written. That's what this is. All right, well, I'll see you next time.